Hello, good afternoon to one and all. I'm Srija Vajipalli. I'm going to teach you an interesting subject that explains how a person that's shorter than you a year ago is taller now. You might be thinking, what does he eat actually? Right? In this subject, we can learn what happens to the magic food that he eats inside his body. What are the enzymes and the hormones that are stimulating his height? All these questions can be explained from a single science subject, that's biology. My motivation to teach was my grandfather. His way of teaching, his teaching methods inspired me a lot and made me to take a decision to get into this teaching field. Because of which I started to simplify the topics and search for alternate methods to teach and make the other person understand very easily. Today I'm going to take a brief about circulatory system. The circulatory system is also called as cardiovascular system, which means that it consists of three main organs. That is, the cardio describes the heart, the vascular system describes the blood vessels, and the main fluid that connects these two organs is blood. This picture gives you an idea about circulatory system. These are the blood capillaries, which are depicted here like net-like structures. Capillaries. These are the lungs and the heart. The circulation between the heart and the lungs is called pulmonary circulation, and the circulation between heart and the remaining body parts is called systemic circulation. In this picture, you can clearly observe these blood capillaries, and the red color here is used to depict oxygenated blood, which means this blood contains oxygen, nutrients, hormones, and many more that are required for our body. And the blue color here is depicted with the deoxygenated blood, and this blood contains the used products, used materials, from the body, that means from organs or parts, and used materials or gases, we can say it as gases. Okay, in this picture you can see the right part of the heart is carrying deoxygenated blood. Why? Because the superior and the inferior vena cava brings the deoxygenated blood from all over the body to the right part of the heart, and that blood is carried through pulmonary artery to the lungs, and then the blood is purified in the lungs, and the pulmonary vein that brings oxygenated blood to the left part of the heart, that is left atrium, and then it's pumped into the left ventricle. From left ventricle, the oxygenated blood is pumped in the aortic artery. From aortic artery, the oxygenated blood passes through the entire part of the body. Got it? Now coming to the blood vessels. Based on the type of blood that they carry, blood vessels are of mainly two types. They are arteries and veins. Arteries that carry the oxygenated blood, they divide into smaller blood vessels called arterioles, and these arterioles again divide into very fine blood vessels called capillaries. So these capillaries, which reaches even the smallest organ and even a single cell, releases the oxygenated blood and required nutrients, and then they start to absorb the waste materials or the used materials from the cells, and including the carbon dioxide. Those are gases. And these deoxygenated blood carrying capillaries combine to form a bit larger blood vessel containing deoxygenated blood called venule, and these venules combine to form a vein, and this vein transfers the deoxygenated blood to the heart. Now finally coming to blood. As we know, the color of the blood is red in color just because of the pigment called hemoglobin that is present in RBCs. Blood contains of three types of cells, that's RBCs, WBCs, and blood platelets. WBCs contains of neutrophils, eosinophils, basophils, monocytes, and lymphocytes. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity.